Hey, welcome back everybody. I'm Jade Monkey. We're back here in Rust talking about the Rust Console Edition for the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, of course, and the music maybe gave it away, but today we're talking about transportation, what could be coming in the very near future. Obviously not the next update, the one after that, but you know, it could be very soon. Horses and mini helis, or the minicopter or the helicopter, the ones you can actually fly yourself. So yeah, we're talking about transportation for the Rust Console Edition, and what could be on the horizon for us. And we got a picture of our little buddy here at the stalls, and we also have a picture of the minicopter. I gotta tell you, the minicopter is my favorite mode of transportation. Scrap transport is cool. I definitely like it for large groups, but I absolutely positively love the minicopter. So, all right, so let's go over the dev blog from way back when. That kind of sheds some light on what might be coming sooner than later. Okay, it says we know some of you want to see the most popular monuments like the oil rig and cargo ship in game. By the way, pausing that. If you want to know all the information we have about oil rig for the Rust Console Edition, I will go ahead and link that video now in the upper right hand corner. Deloop, right next to that PlayStation insignia. Can you see it? Okay, yes. Okay, as well as new methods, this pertains to us, of transportation like the horse, for example. Rest assured, some of those features are already being tested internally, and we plan to release them in the future content updates. Now, this was 6 months ago, give or take. So, with testing branch being where it is right now, it's currently out as of recording this. Testing branch is out, and we are testing Tech Tree update, and that is on the testing branch if you have Deluxe or Ultimate. But that's great news, knowing that that's coming through the pipeline, because then after that they talk about Power Surge. So the chronological order for our updates look like it's going to be Tech Tree, then it's going to be Power Surge, and then it's going to be something else. And from the sound of this, it could very well be a horse. By the way, if you're wondering what Power Surge is, oh yeah, Jade Monkey, you like that? Woohoo! Power Surge, it's going to be a massive deal. I'm going to go ahead and link that video now in the upper right-hand corner. Go check that out. I'm telling you, it's going to give you a massive heads up if you haven't watched it already. And if you've already watched it, I appreciate it. And the turret scoping my head might have a little something to do with it. It's going to be a big deal. Anyways, back to our transportation. So, to kind of go over the fact that we are in testing branch now, there are 3K maps. Currently in Rust Console Edition, there are 2.5K maps. Now, the 500 doesn't seem like it's a big deal, but I can assure you it's big. Like 2.5 maps are big to just walk around, but I'm telling you 3K maps are huge, to the point where it changes progression. So in that sense, it does make sense that they would have already been testing the fact that there are horses, right? So that's probably most likely first. Who knows, they could drop in the minicopter, but if it is going to follow the chronological order of PC, horses were first, then it was helicopters. So we'll have to wait and see. Now, with the memory improvements, things are also looking up for that. But again, we have to wait for the Tech Tree update to hit live branch and for Power Surge to hit live branch, which, as of recording this, beginning of November 2021, that has not happened yet. But just, you know, that could be maybe earlier on in the year. So that's a big deal, because transportation is definitely going to be a thing, especially when you start to play the 3K maps on a more regular basis. And you've already seen us play a public test branch quite a bit. Okay, real quick, we'll just give you the rundown of a few of these transportation vehicles. Yes, even the horse. So the horses have gone through a couple iterations. I believe we'll just get the rideable ones first, but it is entirely possible we could get the stables. What does that mean? Stables are an actual monument themselves where you can make a purchase. Again, this is on the PC version. I would expect us to just get rideables first, where you capture them and then you take them back to the base. But if by some off chance we get this or get wind of this and we do get stables, there will actually be purchasable things, or the horses there themselves, and you just buy the saddle and then attach it to the horse that you would like. Like I said, I think they're just going to appear in the world first, and then these will probably show up. But just in case, if somehow they combine those, which would be great, I'll take either one, to be perfectly honest with you. It shows an outside picture of the stables, and there's a picture of a little cutie right there, and another one. And then, by the way, horses also play a big part in the agricultural part of the game, as their waste will also become part of the fertilizer chain, and then you can also swap things over at Bandit Camp. But that's a whole nother story for a whole nother time. And then my personal favorite, my absolute personal favorite, is the minicopter, and yes, they are fantastic. Now, as of now, on PC, they currently are purchased at Bandit Camp. When this first came out, you had to just find them on roads. You see these roads everywhere? So I'm guessing we'll just find them roadside. Here's how they typically work for decay. If they're outside, they decay faster. If they're indoors, they decay slower. So what you can do if they are decaying is you take a hammer and some metal fragments and you, there you go, so you can see me hit it a little bit right there, and you can actually repair it. So if you keep it indoors, oh look, they're dropping fertilizer right now. If you if you keep them indoors, you can keep them from despawning if you come in and repair them on the regular basis. Basically a 2x1 with a garage door can store these, and I gotta tell you, like, the skill level to fly these is much higher, I think, on PC. I think it'll be much easier for us as we have analog sticks, and the crouch button makes it so you can drive on the ground. But I gotta tell you, massive game changer. Like, look, we'll just fly over to Razor's set real quick, Razor Tube set, and come right back. Like, just think about it. When you're doing any kind of scrapping of any kind, high value loot, and you need to go to the outpost, you can fly in and fly out. But yes, I mean, people can still shoot you down, but it's much safer than going on land, especially during the day. Like, look at this. I just went across the water and now back again. How crazy is that, right? Minicopter is the absolute best. And you can bring a friend along, and you can raid from the minicopter. So many reasons why this is awesome, but we're talking about transportation. I could go on and on about the minicopter. I love it. But I would say most likely we are going to see the horse first, as the maps have gotten large enough to the point where transportation does start to make sense. And with the memory improvements and the really good performance of testing branch, soon to be live branch, we'll just call it tech tree, because that's what it is. The performance is good across all platforms, which is spectacular. So I'm just saying, don't expect it this year in 2021, but definitely expect it in 2022 is my guess at this point. But I mean, they are talking in this dev blog how they'll have smaller updates, so maybe they sneak it in. I'd say that's a lower percentage chance of happening, but definitely it's going to happen at some point in 2022. And I think it's going to be earlier than later in the year, as we already have big maps, and there's a lot of big items, big ticket items coming through our the pipeline for updates. So, you know, stay tuned for that. So if you found this useful and helpful, and if you're excited for the transportation, whether it's horses, minis, or all the above, be sure to drop a like. If you are not already subscribed and you like to see it when we are streaming or there's going to be another video, consider dropping the subscribe and turning on the notification bell by clicking it to all. And we will be live streaming. We currently have a Zerg event going on. Just pay attention to the actual, because I'm not sure what the server information is currently as of recording this, but pay attention to live streams and stuff. We'll have it posted there. So, you know, stay tuned for that, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Love you. Bye! Should we ride out of here? Yes? Yes. Yeah.